Hey, good evening, everyone. It's your homegirl, Miss Analytical. I'm coming to you straight out of NYC on the still hot as hell Monday evening, okay? So, as I said, I'm on a roll with these reviews. I'm churning them out for the next 2 weeks. I will still be talking about different current events. I'm going live 3 times this week and this evening, within the evenings of this week. So, I'm going to post those lives tonight so that you all can will be able to hit the notification bell. So when they happen, you will know when they happen. I'm just talking kind of, like out there, because when I get hot, I'm a little bit, I don't want to say all over the place, but I kind of become exhausted. That's why I ordered 3 bottles of Gatorade, okay? Because it's hot. All right, so I'm going to be doing reviews of various reality shows. The first one y'all know is Marries and Medicine. Now, this is one of my other favorite shows, and this is Basketball Wives Season 10, all right? So, I am a huge Basketball Wives, really LA fan, but LA got canceled. So, the cast pretty much got transferred over to Basketball Wives, the OG series. So, I've been watching it since, and I haven't missed an episode at all. So I'm gonna be doing reviews. Well, I'm on episode 5, so I gotta watch 6 through 10. So I'm going to be doing this review, and this is the Basketball Wives season 10, episode 1 review. Now, how I'm gonna do this review is gonna mostly focus on Malaysia and Brandi's breakdown of their best friendship. They were best friends for 14, 15 years, going back to the early days when their husbands was playing in the NBA. And something happened in their friendship. I know what it is. If you watch the show, you know what it is. But I had a feeling it was that. But I think it's even more to it than just that. I'm going to get into a couple of things when I review episode 3 and episode 4. But the ladies, how we're introduced to the season, the ladies have officially returned for season 10, and the ladies are OG, Leo, Jackie Christie, another OG who's a Leo, Malaysia Pargo, as well as Virgo, Jennifer Williams, British Williams, I don't know, I've read she's a Taurus, I don't know. Duffy, I think is a Virgo also. Brandi is a Gemini. Angel Brinks is a Libra, which makes sense because she likes balance and peace. And Brooke is a Cancer. And Brooke has Cancerian ways. But she also has like Leo-ish ways too. So she might be a Cuspian. And Shawnee is a guest this season. And Shawnee is a Sagittarian. And she's the OG. Evelyn is not there this season. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Evelyn wants to do it after going through the emotions of what happened with her family and COVID. I think that she's over it. I think she's done with it. Just like how Tammy Roman is done with it. But unlike Tammy Roman, Evelyn still has a best friendship with Shawnee. Tammy don't rock with Shawnee. Tammy still talks to Jackie, and I think even Jennifer Williams. And yeah, I think that's about it. But she don't have nothing to do with Shawnee. She don't. So Jackie is preparing for her 26th wedding anniversary. Now, Jackie and Doug Christie, they've been together for years. They've been married for years. They've been married for 26 years. So they got married around about 1995. 1995, it seems like that. It might be 94. I don't know. Shit. Okay. But Jackie and Doug didn't have the 25th wedding anniversary because of the pandemic. So everybody is at the wedding, even the 2 sisters, Nia and Nora. And I ain't going to say nothing until the end. I'm going to be nice. So what we see is Brandi walks in, and Brandi hugs the girls. She hugs Angel. She hugs British. Because, her and British, they were on season 3 of Basketball Wives LA back in 2014. So they've been cool going way back. Then she hugged Brooke. Now, I didn't know that her and Brooke were cool like that. I really didn't know. So that kind of surprised me. But she waved to Jennifer and Malaysia, and Malaysia didn't say anything. And Jennifer's like, hold up. You didn't speak to your friend? She was like, no, we haven't been friends in a long time. Because, Malaysia got that nice voice like, oh, no, we didn't speak in a long time. Oh, no, we don't talk and everything like that. And she was like, but hold up. That was your bestie. That was your best friend. That was your girl. Y'all was cut buddies. And so Malaysia says, Brandi and I haven't spoken, in a couple of years. I don't dislike her or anything like that, but we're just not friends anymore. And then you hear the flashback, and then Brandi's like, Malaysia and I haven't spoken, and we were best friends for like 14 to 15 years. And then you hear the montage of, here's this rock, this is my gift to you, best friend forever, stuff like that. And I gotta say, they were really cut buddies. So for them to not be talking, it shocks a lot of people, but to me, I'm not really that shocked. So the Doug, welcomes the guests, and then Jackie comes out, wears this beautiful green sparkling dress, and the officiant, performs the wedding. Doug reads his vows, Jackie reads his vows. They announced them husband and wife, which is like the 25th time that happened because it was canceled in 2020. So the wedding happens, they start to party, the reception occurs, and Duffy is the DJ. Now, I'm not going to say anything about that because I just want to but I'm going to say one thing. I hope Duffy got paid and didn't do this as like a charity because of friendship, because I don't care if friendship or not, you going to pay me for my services. So I hope Duffy got paid. Then we get into Brandi is so inspired by Doug and Jackie's almost 30 years marriage. Because if you saw Brandi and her husband, Jason, I believe his name is, when they was on Iyanla Fix My Life, and he took the lie detector test and said he cheated on her 10 times, and Iyanla said, no, you cheated on Brandi 850 times. And she was with 850 women. And she's like, no. He told her it was only 10 women. And she started crying. And I'm like, you know what? Either this lie detector has been, hyped up, inflated with the numbers, or you just a nasty, you know what. But she's inspired. And you can say what you want to about Jackie, but there's two things about Jackie. She loves Doug. She will do anything for Doug. She loves Shawnee and Doug Jr., Dougie. And she really, I'm going to say something about Jackie. She really loves those girls, her friends. She loves those girls. Regardless of what they say about her, she rides, oh Lord, she rides and rides for the team, okay? So, Brandi sees Malaysia sitting on Jackie's lap while they're talking, and Brandi's like, she's rubbing this in my face. She's rubbing this whole thing in my face, that the fact that she ain't talking to her, and I'm not feeling this, and I don't like this. Now, here's my thing with Brandi. I like Brandi a lot. I knew about Brandi before I even knew about a Basketball Wives show, okay? Because she made the blogs with her health issues. And I was just like, please let her make it through. And she has. You know, I'm not saying that I'm the reason why. I would never say that. But what I'm saying is that her story was, heart-wrenching, but it was also something that many people really, really kind of, they prayed for her. They wanted her to get better. And Brandi is still here. She survived. Brandi, sometimes I feel, because of the situation that happened, because of the loss of those years of recovering, she, I believe, takes it out in other situations. Brandi has to always focus on her health. Her health has to come first. If Malaysia want to be petty and don't want to talk to you, it is what it is. Y'all didn't talk for like 4 years. Okay? If y'all didn't talk for 4 years, you could deal with another day not talking with her, especially when you were the bigger person and you did wave and she didn't wave and turn her head. So later for her. You lost quite a bit. You weren't able to have any other children after that situation. Malaysia had 3. All right. And I know a lot of people ain't gonna like what I'm saying, but truth is truth. Focus on your family and your health. Primarily your health first and your family. If a chick don't want to be your best friend no more, if she's willing to throw that down the ground, forget about her and move on with your life. There's 7 billion people or more in this world that you will find another friend and a best friend, if that. So while they're still, party and everything, Angel and Rockstar from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, they're a couple. And Rockstar basically is, with Angel, and they're in love. And then you see that Brandi is still mad at Malaysia. So Malaysia is basically seeing what's going on. She's like, you know what? I'm done with this. And she's just upset. Now, I'm going to backtrack. What happens is Brandi does be the bigger person and walk over to Malaysia and, saying, I haven't seen you in a long time. And Malaysia's like, yeah, I know, I've been busy and so forth. So she said, my father passed away and I didn't hear from you because you knew my father. She was like, no, I just found out. So she said, but Malaysia, we have the same mutual friends. And you mean to tell me that all my friends knew about it and they never told you? No, I didn't hear from anyone. I'm just not finding out. So she's like, wow. She's like, Malaysia, I don't believe it. I just think you're lying. Don't do that. So she was like, basically, calling Malaysia's bluff. And I'm going to be honest with you. I believe Brandi on that. Now, that's something that I believe. Because there's no way if me and you have, let's say, 24 mutual friends. And I tell you something happened in my family, right? And all 24 of our mutual friends, I'm cool with them and so are you. And I send a notice out about what happened. You don't mean to tell me that at least one of them ain't going to tell you? That's BS. That's bullshit. So Brandi walks out, gets upset, and then she tells Jackie that, I'm done with this. I'm tired because, I'm just like, I'm tired of lies. Like, if I tell you that I didn't know, I didn't know. And Brandi's like, F her. And that part I don't blame Brandi for. So, moving on, Shawnee and Jackie, they meet up. Shawnee's buying an outfit for her new significant other. Now, at the time, I don't think they were married. I think they were just engaged. But if you haven't known, and if you haven't heard, Shawnee O'Neal is now a pastor's first lady. So she's a pastor's wife. So she's the first lady of a church because she's married to a pastor. So they talk about, this new life that Shawnee has. And Shawnee said, I dated around for years, which is true, because when Basketball Wives first premiered, she had a young, I think because she was 35. She was 35. And her boyfriend was about 27. I'm not going to laugh. I'm going to take that back. Because that might be me. That will probably be me. So I'm going to take that back. Take it back. But it was because he looked like a kid. That's what it was. But they didn't date after 2 years. They broke up. And then she dated again. And then she dated again. And then she was single for a long time. She even dated the DOC. And then, they moved on. So she's in this great space. And he's a pastor's wife. And people don't know this, but because she got married, the $5 million, agreement, like alimony, she no longer gets it. And she divorced Shaquille O'Neal in 2010, 2011. I don't think she cares. She got that for 10 years? That's $50 million. She good. So they discussed the whole Brandi Maxiel friendship breakup. And Shawnee's like, I'm going to go talk to her because I feel as though it's sad that a friendship that strong, that was ongoing for that long, needs to be mended. And if I can talk to Brandi, then Malaysia should be willing to talk to her. And I agree with that. So we move on to Angel and Rockstar. So Rockstar's working in the studio. And Angel, we find out, is pregnant with the baby. So Angel's pregnancy, the doctors assumed it was going to be a molar pregnancy. Now that's when the placenta forms an abnormal mass. And it can actually basically cause serious health issues, real serious health issues. But they did blood work and it turned out that wasn't the case. She has a healthy pregnancy. Now, this is her third child. She has a son and she has a daughter, okay? And she was married once before, but it ended bad. That's all I'm going to say. So Rockstar is a good, father to the kids, stepfather, and so forth. She wants to get married again, but she's not really rushing it, So they want to talk about how they're going to name the kids. And she's like, well, all my kids, like he wants to name the child Prince. She was like, but wait a minute, all my kids' name starts with A. So then we can name it A Prince. And she was like, yeah, we can name it A Prince. That sounds wonderful. We're not doing that. So I thought that was cute. And I'm going to tell you something. I really like Angel Brinks. And if you don't know, she's also Armenian. She's Armenian. And she's a fashion designer. And I like her clothes. Her collections, it's my kind of taste, even though I can't really wear those clothes because I have, ethics that I can't, go against. But as far as the fashion stuff, I actually love it. And that's the one thing about LA. It's a lot of variety in LA, more so than New York, believe it or not. But, it is what it is. New York got to step it up. So Brandi meets up with Shawnee. And Shawnee's like, do I see a blonde? And so Brandy's like, hi, Shawnee. So they hug. So pretty much, if you know the history of Brandi Maxiel and Shawnee O'Neal, it ain't the best. Matter of fact, Brandi called Shawnee a bitch in season 4 of Basketball Wives LA. And Shawnee O'Neal said, thank you for your services. And she dismissed her. But she brought her back in season 5 of Basketball Wives LA and told her, you got issues and you need to check yourself. And, it was a competitive relationship. But Brandi said, many people think that, we hate each other, but we don't. And that's not the case. So they sat down and basically said that the friendship has dissolved. This is according to Brandi, because she said, I mentioned my father, Wolf, passed away. And she's saying that nobody told her, and I don't believe it. And so Shawnee's like, give her another chance. If y'all was friends for this long, try it again. Like, you don't have to, necessarily like hang out with her, like, talk with her buddy, but just talk the situation out. It can be redeemed. And I would say, if it wasn't for her response to her father passing away, I would have said yes. But the way she said it, no, I don't think it could. So, meanwhile, Malaysia is co-parenting with her husband, Gennaro Vargo, who is a coach. And the twins, Jaden and Jayla, are 10. And Gennaro Jr. is 14. And he's 5'8". And she said that earlier at Jackie and Doug's wedding reception. Also, Doug and Jackie, they bought their third forever home in Sacramento because Doug is a coach for the Sacramento Kings. And if this is his dream job, which I'm learning a lot of NBA players who don't become superstars, they become coaches. It's like their second act. It's like, I'm going to be a coach, like, that gym coach. And I guess because it's like a fond memory of when they were playing sports as a kid and their coaches were the ones that made them great. So it's like they're paying it forward and then they have a job and a pension and they still want the chance to get a ring if they haven't. That's what it really is too. They want that ring as a coach. If they ain't get out as a player, they going to get as a coach. So they're talking and, about life and, it's one of those filler moments in the reality show. So we head over to Malaysia and Jackie meeting up for lunch. Now, Malaysia and Jackie, they go way back to season 1 of Basketball Wives LA. And they've had an up and down relationship too. But here's the thing. They always kept it real with another. And I think it's that Leo connection that they have, which is why no matter what, they can fall out. But if one or the other falls out and disrespects the other, they will jump in. They got that kind of bond. And they're the only two that can argue with one another and they can come back and be friends again. So they discuss the co-parenting of, with their husbands and how they're coaches and they travel. So Jackie's a little bit worried because, traveling out of town means a possibility of him interacting with other women, even though he ain't going to cheat on her. He's not. So she questions him about, how is it you co-parenting with Gennaro? And, the whole thing with, coaching because, Doug is coaching the Sacramento Kings. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what team Gennaro coaches for. I really don't because I never really paid attention to Gennaro Vargo. I'm going to be honest with you. I never did. But anyway, Malaysia says, you don't have any time. It's all about training, coaching, and then also he's scouting talent. Now, Doug doesn't seem like he's going to be scouting talent. He's just coaching and training. Now, little Dougie, I think is about 16 or 17. So he's going to be without his father. So Jackie's a little bit worried about that also. But then all of a sudden, Malaysia breaks down. It's like, and Gennaro, he has no time for the children. And he's not had paid child support in over a year. And I'm like, and you let that shit slide? Because let me tell you something. If any man didn't pay child support for any of my kids in 2 months, I'm rolling up on his job with the kids and I'm going to hand the kids to him. Oh, I'm one of those. I'm going to hand the kids to him and I'm going to drive on back to my house and say, since you don't want to pay child support, you can raise them. Okay? And that's how I am. And Malaysia, I'm like, you weak for that. But anyway, she says, and then that's why I don't want to deal with this whole thing with Brandi because I'm like, I don't have time for this. I'm dealing with a lot of stuff. And I'm like, Malaysia, why are you always crying and whining in every other episode? Oh my God, I can't with you. So anyway, it closes out where Jackie is still high off of having her 25th wedding. So she prepares for a girls' night, and so she brings all the girls, which is British, Jennifer, Brooke, Angel Brinks, Malaysia, Brandi, Duffy, I think, yeah, I mentioned Brooke. And then we have Nia and Nora. Now I'm going to say something about Nia and Nora. Nia and Nora, they joined later. They was there for the last 4 episodes of season 9 of Basketball Wives. That was like when they was filming before the pandemic and lockdown officially started. And so they only had 9 episodes because production was shut down. I feel they kind of served the purpose. They served the purpose last season. But I feel as though this season, from what I've seen thus far, they don't really add anything to the show. I don't know what they're trying to do with them. But if you're not going to immerse them in the show, those are spots that you could give other people. I know they're dating. One of them is dating or married to a basketball player. But it's like, why aren't you immersing them? Like, for instance, Phoebe. Phoebe, you can say what you want to about Phoebe being ratchet or whatnot, but she was in the mix. And she wasn't even at the house like that because she had, the it. So why aren't they allowing them girls to? I don't know about that. But anyway, so they're having fun. And the first thing is that Angel tells them, Jackie, I really can't celebrate with you the way I want to because I'm pregnant. And so they're like, oh, yeah. And then Duffy's like, girl, I knew. And then Brooke was like, I could tell because I know that waist is always snatched. So I knew right then and there she was pregnant. And I'm happy. And it's a good mood. And then Malaysia arrives. And then Brandi's like, when she sees her, I don't get your bad energy. And Malaysia's like, I don't have bad energy. She's like, yes, you do. You have a character flaw. And she's like, you're not going to talk to me like that. You're not going to talk to me like that. And Jackie's like, y'all was friends for 15 years. And y'all need to talk things out. And y'all gonna talk. So she makes, of course, because, Jackie's like that. She makes Brandi and Malaysia talk. So pretty much, Brandi's like, 14 years of friendship is kind of going down the drain. And Malaysia's like, if she said the wrong thing to me, I'm going to walk away. So Brandi is like, I don't want to show any aggression towards you. But you basically didn't want to speak to me. And I felt that was awkward. And I think you have a character flaw. And that hurt my feelings. And so Malaysia's like, you hurt my feelings because you accused me of basically claiming that I lied about and I know your father passed away, which I really didn't. She was like, Malaysia, cut the crap. You had to know. We both had mutual friends. Now, at this point, I'm like, listen, Malaysia is not going to budge. Brandi, even if she's lying, it is what it is. But Malaysia's like, I was hurt when I found out that you had COVID and I called you and I lost it because I was nervous. Now, that's something that we just found out. And let's be real, when that was going on, come on, that was like people was losing their mind because none of us in the world ever experienced anything like that. So she basically was like, Brandi was like, you called and whatnot, but still it's like, you got a character flaw. And the way you treat people, you don't treat your friends right. And so the way they talk is to be continued because keeping it real, I'm going to be honest with you, I believe is way deeper. The reason why they not friends. I believe that is deeper, honey. And when I mean deep, I mean it's deep, like my voice. And so I will do another review tomorrow because I love Basketball Wives. And with that being said, I will be back with another review. And I will talk to you all later. Take care. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell to receive future uploads, and like, share, and comment.